Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I'm going to be checking out another new single from the Gloom in the Corner, taken from their upcoming album Trinity, which at this point in time there's very little time left until the album. It'll be out on October 28th, less than 2 weeks at the time that I'm filming this, so we are coming up on the date. I will be checking out today Pandora's Box featuring Lauren Babic. I have done all of the singles from this album on the channel. Shout out to Sharp Tone for sending this over to me in time to make the video. Even though I am late to getting to filming it, I still very much appreciate it. This is one of few albums left for this year that have been announced that I feel may shake up my top 10, so I'm very stoked about it. I will link all of their social media and, social links, all of that in the description of this video, merch. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. Alright. I like that riff. The cliffhanger. The Gloom in the Corner, Pandora's Box, featuring Lauren Babic. Let's discuss. These singles are definitely looking incredibly promising for Gloom and doing a wonderful job of displaying the... I've talked about this in really all of these videos that I've made for these newer singles, but I feel like something that is super key to their sound, to their uniqueness, is Mikey's singing. And the way that they're able to kind of, like, for example, like the tone of the instrumentals and stuff, if you take that first verse, for example, as soon as you hear Mikey start singing, that key, along with like the tone and overall just like the sound of the instrumentals, it's not something I feel you would usually see together, and like the clash of them just makes for such an excellent sound. So that to me felt different than the other singles, but at the same time it has that, like, you know how with the opening track I had mentioned that they managed to get this sound with Mikey singing that's sort of theatrical, and that really helps having a band that has so much lore involved in storytelling, having music videos like this where there are reoccurring characters and stuff to follow. I think that's really huge to the entire image of their band and stuff, something that makes them really fun to listen to and get into, I'd say. That would be one of the things, and it's like having a voice that can go with your, you know what I'm talking about, with the lore and the instrument. Like, I guess I'm really struggling to like properly put this to words, but like not every band would be able to have, you know, characters and a bunch of lore that people would read through and stuff, but having that sort of like theatrical sound that, like, for me, I feel like they could make this whole plot and everything into like the Gloom in the Corner movie or something, and it would be no questions asked type of thing, and that theatrical sound kind of ties into that idea, I guess, would be the easiest way to say it. But beyond that, as soon as that opening riff kicks in, the variation at the end of the intro there, like that first verse there, you know, some of the visuals in the song, not even just that part, but there were a couple of parts in the song, like that part where the video spins upside down and such, things like that, the heaviness there, but then them also using Lauren's feature as singing, because what I had just mentioned with Mikey having that ability to kind of, you know, his cleans are very unique. His singing voice is something that makes them stand out, and I think what I was going to say when I stopped myself from talking when Lauren's part first came in was that their voices together, their singing voices together, that is something that I hadn't really like thought of, even seeing the feature and stuff. I had thought more maybe on the heavier side, or like the poppy style of clean vocals that I've been hearing a lot of from her lately. But the use of this feature and their voices together this way, kind of playing into what I was talking about with you know, the role that the vocals play, the expression that they have in this song, her adding into that was just threw me for a loop. First of all, it wasn't what I was expecting that feature to be like, but second of all, really added to what they were, you know, what they were expressing with the song and everything. So for me, the opening track is still going to be my favorite of the singles, but otherwise I cannot pick, and that's just because I feel like, you know, when it's like Trinity, Welcome to the Rabbit Hole, that kind of encompasses really well, and then the switch within like a matter of seconds from, you know, sort of light and you know, I don't know the other adjective I really would want to use there other than light, and then in the flip of a second it can just go to being crushing and heavy. You know, the sound of their guitar and maybe just strings in general, especially when you hear, I think it's around like 245 or 250 in the song, as it's right before that last verse, when you're hearing all of that, like, you know, the synth and the orchestral sound where it's all coming together to that point in the song there, that I would say goes hand in hand really well with the style of clean vocals we're talking about, singing, but to be able to wrap in their, you know, the tone with their guitars and the relentless and the heavy and the smashing sound that I'm really talking about. I wouldn't say it's as relentless as I guess I've been using that word for some heavier stuff, but I would say with some of like the instrumentals and the riffs that, you know, like that intro riff, and I would categorize it maybe as relentless, but I suppose more just crushing, like that bigger sound that they flip over to. Being able to tie that in so well without it feeling like two completely different sounds that aren't well blended together, that would be probably pretty difficult to do as well as they do, I guess is the way I wanted to set that up. We are having trouble organizing the words in the order I want to say them today, but I suppose I might be just kind of ranting at this point now. I am very stoked for this album, as you can probably tell. I do feel these singles have sort of given me the feeling this will be my favorite release from Gloom, but as I've mentioned in these videos leading up to it, I really enjoyed their discography, so that is exciting. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I'm going to stop blabbing about this track. I will link the music video I used as well as any pre-order links for Trinity, Gloom's social media, all of that in the description of this video. In addition to that, you can also find my Linktree, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I talk about in every video. We have music-related conversation like Last FM channels, with your Last FM stats, spoiler threads for new music. We have regular music sharing channels for people who create their own music, merch, all sorts of stuff like that, as well as channels unrelated to music, general, gaming, pets, all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in coming to join, check out the community. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link where I post all music related content, a chart every Friday of what I've listened to the most over the course of the week and how much I've listened to each thing on that chart. My never-ending merch collection I'm constantly adding to. I post merch once or twice a week. Sometimes if I've been to a show recently and have pictures or videos to share, I'll share about shows as well. That sort of stuff, you get the idea. So my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts. But if that interests you at all, as I said before, it will be in that link tree in the description. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.